Back to what I was saying. With this being fictitious and this character being a fictitious character, don't shoot the messenger. Matter of fact, don't even take it serious. I'm just putting some things in the universe and getting some clarity. Now, on the flip side, if you can rock with this, man, rock with it. This ain't. I don't want anybody to be under the illusion that I'm trying to go platinum or gold. Man, I'm really getting some things off my chest. You know what I'm saying? Like I said in the first video, I feel like Aaron Neville. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, on I Am Legend, spitting this shit. But starting off where I left off, I just felt like I was being used as a muse. And I don't know anybody that has ever known anybody that does any amount of work and don't get paid for it. So naturally, you would think that at some point, with this being so odd and so bizarre, I must be being led to where the money is. That would be the logical explanation. You understand what I'm saying? Even though I hadn't done anything. And maybe if I'd done a little bit more, the outcome would be different. But I don't think so, because every time I would get close, strange phenomena started happening. Okay? So back to what I was saying, man. I guess we can go from there. Being a rapper. Man, sometimes I would go in a booth and like I say, man, I feel like somebody pausing my drink. Pausing me some kind of way, and so I was a little bit slower. I wasn't keeping up. And the telltale sign of me having having altered mind states was I used to be a very creative person, a rapper, a habitual liar. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, I did, and whatever that was, I got. It was like a truth serum. You know what I'm saying? Like a truth serum. Like I just like things to be up front. You know what I'm saying? Plain black and white. Uh, Going into the booth, writing rhymes was kind of like just piecing together whatever you could piece together and make something out of it whenever you could. It wasn't the most brilliant stuff, but it was a dream I was trying to hold on to. And but odd things would happen. When I say strange things, is I would go in the booth, man. Mind you, now I've been rapping for years. Never had a problem getting on the microphone. But for some reason, out the blue, when I was working with PhD, and I don't put somebody's name out there, but anyway, when I'm working with my friends or whatever, I would go in the booth, man, and I would have like a mental breakdown. Like my mind would just shut off, and I could remember the words on the paper, but I couldn't remember the cadence to say them on, the ad libs to put in certain places. And this was odd because this was natural. It was something that has always been natural. So now I'm having these particular issues to where I never was really self-conscious about rap. But what I found out was I'm self-conscious about not being able to deliver the rap. You understand what I'm saying? It's like the delivery makes the rap. If you can't deliver it, then the rhyme is whack. If you can deliver it, you can turn it to whatever the fuck it's supposed to be. So that was strange. Put that in my back pocket all the way to the end, and let's roll. So dealing with that anxiety and stuff, man, and dealing with the whole rap. I never really, well, I put the rap on the back burner. When I put it on the back burner, I had groups that I would work with, different individuals that kept me kind of like connected to the game. And so with that being said, I was still feeling this connection to the industry in some kind of way because you're drawn toward it. It's a lot of you. I'm feeling like a lot of me is in the game. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes, man, it's like Mitch said on Paid in Full. It just calling me. You might walk by a TV and somebody say something that you just said, and I was telling my friends, I was like, hey man, have you ever noticed? Sometimes me and you'll have a conversation, and the very next day they'll be having that conversation on TV, and a lot of people couldn't really understand what I was saying or statements that I was making. And I talked to myself a lot. You got to also remember, man, I told you, whatever the poison was, it didn't take away from my intelligence per se, but it took away some very key parts. So the way my brain works is kind of like parroting, like a parrot, like a bird. It remembers shit and just regurgitates it, and that's the way I answer. So it's like, you understand what I'm saying? It would be like Christine, like the car Christine. Christine could talk by the radio. Similar to that. So the conversation I'm having with you right now, a lot of this stuff is pieces of phrases I have caught from here and there, read in a book here, read in a book. You understand what I'm saying? So the thoughts are original, but it's not coming from the same creativity being as in the past. That's what I think. Not positive. Don't know how much, but I got a real serious gut feeling that all these things are interconnected. Oh yeah. So if you want to write it off as mental illness, you can. I'm not saying that you can't. If you want to say, man, you just reached the ceiling, just reached the peak, and you was an overachiever, and you can't let go of the past, I can accept that too. Whatever you want to say, man. Whatever make you feel good, bro. Say what you want to say. But this is me telling my story and how I feel. And if somebody can relate to it or got an answer for it, I can come out the woodwork and be like, yeah, that motherfucker telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? I am relishing that day, man. I can't wait to that day because I have to live with this. You know what I'm saying? And when I tell you I have to live with it, it's failure after failure after failure after failure. And you would think that this is what the average person would say. First of all, this is not supposed to be happening. You understand what I'm saying? So whatever I need to overcome, I'm just going to stick it out and overcome it. Pop came out in what? 94? It's 2016, my nigga. It's 2016. I haven't overcame it. You understand what I'm saying? The wise man haven't came and talked me and led me into the place where I'm going to meet success. As a matter of fact, it's been so much going on, it washed the nigga up, man. You understand what I'm saying? So the whole part about being washed up, how can I explain that? It's like, man, you take my swagger, right? And you saturate the whole game with my swagger to the point where I can't keep up with my damn self. Let me give you a prime example. I'm running around, right? I'm one of the first people in my city that's fucking with Anichi, Maurice Malone, Carl Kanai, just these offshoots that have his own particular swagger, unique swagger from the rest of the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the 9th grade running around with purple boots. You understand? I'm talking about 91. You know what I'm saying? 91, 92, finger waves and purple boots and shit. And I ain't the first nigga to do the finger waves and shit, but like I say, I always been a trendsetter. So once the Atlanta scene jumped up, you know what I'm saying? And you see niggas talking about red monkeys and Ephesians, and I was having a hard time with the iceberg. You know what I'm saying? And I was considered nigga in the trap or whatever you want to call it. I was having a $300 sweater, niggas. You crazy? You know, you know, the Coogis and shit. But yeah, these niggas started jumping up in True Religions and Drunk Monkey, and I was like, hey man, you know, this style shit, this stops right here with me. You know what I'm saying? You know, I ain't finna try to keep up with this particular game, cause I could see that it was a trap. It was just people just foolishly spending money, man. You know what I'm saying? And I had already mastered that. I already felt like I already been doing that. And the only reason I'm doing it is because I can go to Burners and Coat Factory and get this shit for pennies on the dollar. You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, man, your swag getting so I'm feeling my whole swag get ripped from it, and it's kind of like draining me. It's kind of like making you, because one thing I like to be is unique. You know what I'm saying? So when everybody being you, man, you got to find another way to be unique. You got to find a different a way to differentiate yourself. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by being washed up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, I'm not finna compete with somebody that's trying to be me. But what it actually do is move you out of your position and move another motherfucker in your position. And that's deep. That is deep. That's deeper than a whole lot, man. And you're gonna get that too from the villain part of the series. You know what I'm saying? But and I might piss some motherfuckers off, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to piss no motherfuckers off, but I know this will hit some motherfuckers hard. Even though this video might not leave the four corners of my house. Motherfucker, here it is. They're gonna be surprised. But I am leaving this for people to hear it. And it's like, you know, you wonder, how come can't no black label, record label, right? How come can't no groups that came together when they was poor remain friends when they get rich? And how come out of almost every group, the more powerful one gets, one suffers? You understand what I'm saying? It's almost like one is taking the energy from the other one. You know, and there's several groups like that. And I ain't gonna talk about the groups. You know, shout out to Outkast. You know, they stayed the same. You know, shout out to 8Ball and MJG, and you know, it's a lot of groups that did remain the same. But in almost every group, you know, either one of the members aren't here with us anymore, or you know, one of them kind of went crazy and couldn't deal with the fame. You know what I'm saying? And the other one got bigger in the fame. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that the person who ended up succeeding actually knew that he was eating his partner's energy, but it's such a competitive game. The way the game is designed is so competitive that when you see a motherfucker weak and a motherfucker bleeding, you're supposed to just get on him and attack him. You understand what I'm saying? And so you know when you got flaws in this game and you ain't sharp, you know what I'm saying? You know that your time is short in this realm. I mean, you can keep up long, you know, you can keep up for a little while, but at some point, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna have to, you know, succumb to the game. So like I said, man, I had to be out again. These last two, man, it's been pretty rough, but I'll wrap them motherfuckers up. You know what I'm saying? I want to get them off my chest so I don't have to go through these motherfuckers no more. These just chronicles. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully, man, it caused some clarity. You know what I'm saying? I guess in the next one, I'll speak on some shit that I should have came out the gate with. And so remember, man, if it is what it ain't, then it ain't what it is. Later.